Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Talk to Ting with myself, Hadley Joseph, and my co-host, Dwayne George. We would like to thank every one of you who have religiously tuned into our weekly episodes every week. Thank you very much. Thank you for those of you who contribute. Thank you for those of you who share our posts on your different social media platforms. Today we have a very interesting, a very funny, a very driven young man as our guest. None other than Mr. Jamal Burnette. Some of you know him from Jingle Entertainment. Some of all you have seen his skits, especially one of our favorite characters. What's the character doing?
My Buttercup.
My Buttercup. So Jamal, can you please come on and join us so we can enjoy this time with you? Welcome, Jamal, to Talk the Ting. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, man.
Okay. So we're trying to keep this within an hour, so we're going to go right into it. And this is a question that we ask all our guests, so I'm going to ask you right now, as we start off, who is Jamal Burnette?
Just now, before I start there, I watched myself there on the camera. Are you looking like a good son? Okay. No, I have to change that angle there a little bit. I find I looking like a goat.
Okay, so good. So we're going to have a nice episode.
We good now. I looking good. The angle better.
Yeah, man. You're looking sharp like a scissors.
Okay. Why are you saying me? Glasses? No glasses? No,
Up
I
to
want
you.
to see properly. If I had the glasses, I would see properly, but it's have a glare. So anyway, guys, thank you for having me on Talk to Ting. I'm happy to be here, and just to let the people and them know a little bit about me. My name is Jamal Burnette, aka My Buttercup, aka Daddy B, aka Jingle Jam, aka Rapunzel, aka Sister Paul, aka whoever you want to call me.
Oi, that is AKA.
What AKA, boy?
Right. And I am a amateur comedian, coming from the island of St. Martin, but raised in Dominica. For those of you who didn't know, so yeah, I was born in St. Martin, raised up in Dominica, and I raised mainly, half of my teenage life with my grandmother, and she's the one who influenced my character, my Buttercup, that everybody got to know, and some of you got to love.
So you said you were born in St. Martin and you moved to Dominica, I guess, as a teenager?
Yeah, at age 11.
11.
Yeah.
So right before your teen years. So what do you remember about St. Martin and the differences between there and Dominica at a young age?
At a young age, I realized that Dominica was a little bit more slow. Not saying it in a bad way, just in terms of, movements and just activities and stuff to do, which was not so bad because it made you get in tune with, like nature and stuff like that, like outside and doing like, normal things that kids should be doing, like things for example, going to the river, going to the beach, which was one of a few of my favorite things. Going up in Zion, and pick a little jelly, get some cane and then kind of things there. So Dominica was more of an adventurous island for me. And St. Martin was more of a, like a fast tourist island, like just movements. I call it Sin City.
You call St. Martin Sin City?
Yes.
That's my second home, man. My dad and my two sisters. Yeah, my dad and my two sisters live there.
Yeah, man, I call it Sin City because there's just a lot more activities, like the casinos, the strip clubs, the this, the that. That's the first place I went to a strip club. Casablanca, big up all yourself.
The place bubbling then.
Yeah, well, before all of this happened, it was bubbling, yes. I'm not saying Dominica wasn't bubbling later too, Dominica started bubbling eventually for me. Once you know you just know the place and you get, you know, a good group of people, you can really have a good time. Especially in Posse. Portsmouth, big up yourself.
Side. Long run.
Boss.
Yeah.
So you left Dominic, you left St. Martin and went to Dominica, and then you get to Dominica, and then, you know, so I can kind of do the correlation, right? So at 11, that's when you kind of about to start high school, I guess 11, 12, around there, right? So you leave all your friends and them behind in St. Martin that you went to, I don't know what schooling system they have over there, I don't know.
Primary school,
right,
yeah.
Primary school, and then you come to Dominica and you have to make new friends and know everything. Well, like you say, you make yourself in the place, right?
Kind of, and I make myself a little late because I was a little antisocial when I was younger. You might not believe that, but yeah, I was, you know, an introvert, not really speaking a lot. I didn't used to talk a lot. I still don't really talk a lot if I don't know you and that kind of thing. But it was really hard. One experience I had for sure was when I started high school, St. Luke Primary School in Point Michel. And when I went there, I had the St. Martin accent. Now I can remember Francine Barron, the one that had with Queen, was in my class, and she made fun of me. No, I never call her name. We talking the thing today, and I'm not dissing or anything. You know, we was all young and stuff like that. But when I was presenting, we had to do a composition, right? And I went up and read, and you know how we would say girl in St. Martin accent, I say girl.
Yeah.
So she was like, Miss, what is girl? Girl, tell me star is girl.
Boy.
So you started up before the class, yeah.
Yeah, in front of the class. And she said that, and the whole class started laughing. So from there, that kind of, you know, break down my little confidence and stuff like that. So I just want to say, even though you're young and stuff like that, like there's a lot of things that you might say to people and you don't know underneath, it kind of really affect them.
Mm-hmm.
So you just be mindful of these things you say, you laugh when you laugh people or even bully people, because it can really affect people in the long run. Eventually, I got out of that, you know, when I started to not give up.
Yeah.
And for some reason, yeah, I just got out of it, man. But yeah, so I started at St. Luke Primary School and then went to PSS and Dominica State College and then Grambling State University when I moved to the US.
Okay, so right now, we're not gonna get into the Jingle Jam stuff yet, but right now, what do you do in terms of like work and education? And is it somewhat related to this thing that we have come to know you for, comedy?
Well, currently, I would say because of the whole pandemic, you know, the whole place upside down. And if prior to that, I would say I was doing something that was correlating to what I went to, like you said, what I went to study or what I was doing as Jingle.
So just what you're doing, like education-wise and work-wise right now. And is it related to, you know, Jingle Jam Entertainment and?
Yes. I'll just talk about the education part. So I studied marketing and computer information systems at Grambling State University. And it wasn't something that I really planned, the Jingle Jam part. But it worked perfectly because now I have the opportunity to do videos for, you know, local businesses back home and even some businesses here in the US. So that's the marketing part. So I try to remember what the lecturer and them was teaching me in class to try to incorporate it into the videos and stuff that I do. I'm gonna lie now and tell all you, I remember everything them and tell you in class, and I don't remember that. But once you have the basic knowledge, you know, like you really have to cater to your audience. You have to know your audience. You have to know your target audience and just know how to get their attention. That is the most important thing in marketing, you know?
Right.
So that's what I grasped from that. And to my benefit, it worked out because now with the computer information system, so, you know, like I produce my own videos, I edit my own videos, Everything I do it myself, and every time I try to challenge myself. I'm a little lazy, but I try to challenge myself to use like get to know better softwares and stuff like that. Like to edit the videos and so on. So I try to look into that, but slowly but surely getting there.
Yeah, man. So you mentioned earlier on that you got your inspiration for your big character, your main character from your grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And I know all the people in Dominica how they act, right?
Right.
So when the first time you came and you acted that out, and your grandmother saw that, what was your reaction?
Well, I wasn't there when I did my first video. I was in St. Martin, and but we sent it to her, and they told me after and so on, and so she was like, "Jamal, not easy now." Blah, blah, blah. But before that, the thing about it is, at home we always impersonate people, we always impersonate each other, so she already know. And when I used to do her, like one time she lose her purse, right? She couldn't find her purse. And she going around the house, and one time, somebody come and violate my purse inside my house. I sit down there, somebody come and violate my purse. Thing, all my little money, all my little coquillage at them, they go and take my money. With them, you don't see my purse. So, like, when I did that for her, because what happened is she leave the purse in his bathroom sink after she find it.
Why somebody that violate?
One time, they always jump into conclusion, you know? So, and hey, my grandmother have a funny thing she does, yeah? If you see she miss money, she calling you. She saying, and she really used to call me Jingle, yeah? Jingle Jam is there I get that name from. Jingle Jam, you don't see my 20 euro I had there? I put it under the arm doily, it was there, blah, blah, blah. But she asking you that now, like, I don't say it's you now, but technically she testing you to see if it's you.
To see,
No, I don't. I know it's not me, I know it's not me. But I don't know why I used to feel like we bought if you say I don't find that $20 there, I'm gonna think it's me that take our money, and that just to make me nervous and all kind of things. So anyway, I used to imitate her after. So I imitated her after she found her purse, and she was flat. Like for the whole night, we were laughing and things like that. So I know once she saw that video I did, the first video I did, which was the plates in her kitchen. That was a long video. I didn't have that video again. I don't even know what that video is. But it was imitating, like wash the plates in the kitchen and stuff like that, and asking her if she wanted help and blah, blah, blah. I know she laughed and stuff, and they told me so. And she was really, proud and stuff. When she was at the hospital one time, somebody came to her and said, like, that is my buttercup or something like that. And she said, when they said that, she said stoops, and she turned out her back, but she was just happy, underneath that people knew.
So that's actually what they call your grandmother, my buttercup?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you make up that name?
I make up that name myself.
Oh, you make up that name. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it was inspired from a real life character, which is your grandmother.
Yes, not only her, but her friends.
All her friends, them on there.
All the other ladies that used to come and sit down.
You know they have to come and sit down on the porch and stay there for how long, talking.
And check everybody that pass.
Yeah. Well, not really check everybody that pass, but talk about who they have to talk about and what they have to talk about, and an interesting thing, I used to like to just sit down, and sometimes they don't know I listening, but just like I just watching them, their whole movements, how they talk, the words they use. Like one friend, she couldn't say hospital, then kind of things, hospital, then kind of things. So like it was just funny to me, and I used to be dying inside, and I don't know, I like a sponge. I used to just absorb all what they used to say.
All right. So we here in the US, we see there's a lot of comedians, and sometimes they get away with saying certain things, and sometimes they don't, because some people get offended, whether they make a joke about black people, or they make a joke about white people, or they make a joke about the LGBTQ community. So have you ever had to think twice about censoring something that you know, even if you know that it's genuinely funny and you're really not trying to, let's say, hurt anybody's feelings. Have you ever had to deal with that situation where you had to, you know, like run something by somebody and pull it back because it might offend somebody else?
Me personally, no. My buttercup, what my buttercup say, my buttercup say. My buttercup got no second thoughts or whatever, because it's the truth. And some people just do like to hear the truth.
They can't handle it.
And that is all the business. And only get a little too sensitive these days before somebody says something. Is so me personally, I wouldn't say it. My buttercup will say it.
My buttercup will say it.
Yeah, having to retract something. No, I have never like posted something and remove it because it was offensive to anybody from the beginning. You know, my mother and other people, mother and aunties and everybody was like, make sure you keep it clean. Make sure you know, swearing, that is the only reason I watching you, because you're not cursing like everybody else, or this, that, blah, blah, blah. So I just try to be mindful sometimes of what I say, and most of the stuff I say is the truth and is not, offensive to anybody, I would hope.
But let me ask you that though. So you mentioned Francine making fun of you when you were like 11, 12, whatever age you were at the time. But growing up, right? I mean, I remember, I know hardly remember for sure. Like that was part of it, right? Growing up in Dominica, like everybody was either teasing you. It's either you were the teaser or you were the teased. Like you had to learn how to kind of get that thick skin, I guess, in a way, for you to learn how to give back talk, or you have to learn how to fight. It's one or the other, right?
Well,
so with that said, so was there any situation like when you were growing up, you feel like, well, you were making fun of people or something, and you feel like maybe I had to maybe dial it back because maybe I hurting people's feelings or nothing like that?
Nah. Like I said, I was more of the quiet type. So you wouldn't find me making fun of anybody, or teasing or bullying anybody. Have I ever been bullied? Maybe not directly to my face, because Big Papa was my father. You wouldn't come and tell me nothing. I tell my father. I just joking, man. I just joking. That's not me. That's my brother. My brother that used to use my father as a defense. My brother used to use my father as a defense. But nah, I never used to look for trouble, so trouble never really used to come my way. Even when you're not looking for trouble, you still have these people in the background who low-key just don't like you because you're not kissing their ass like how you would, how others would do it, or you're probably just not in their group, or you're not talking as much, or you're just not interested in the things they're interested in. Yeah, I have been. Now I'm thinking about that. I have been, but I wouldn't call the name. I wouldn't call those names. I wouldn't call those names there because they're working in bank and Ting, and I don't want them to lose their job. And NBD, I didn't say that. But,
oh shit! Disclaimer right here.
Yeah,
you did not.
But I always take it. I always had to say
they in the back or the teller. Which one?
I don't know where they be. All I know is I doesn't keep no money in NBD because I don't want them to mind my business. As you see, I get P. I transfer that real quick.
One time.
So sorry, NBD.
So all the NBD employees are on the live there. Shots fired.
Not to all. Don't say that.
Nah,
to the one that know themselves.
They know themselves. Yeah.
They know themselves. But I'd always promised myself from first form I must boss his ass, but I never do it. So
you think it's too late?
Yeah, it's too late because I above that.
You're changed, man.
That doesn't make sense, but that kind of helped me to realize that there's sometimes some people there's something they see in you that you don't see. So that kind of motivates you when you finally see what they were seeing and why they were so envious or mean towards you for no reason, because I can put my hand on the Bible and say, I never had like an issue with somebody to the point where I would do them malice or wish them bad or put them in any situation that would make them look bad or anything like that, So that's just them. They will fight their own demons.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So let me so when you talk about comedy, right? So that's one of the things I hardly say that when up here you notice that a lot, right? So a lot of the censorship and all of that stuff. But in Dominica, I guess, I mean, growing up, we didn't have the same, or there are not so many of these sensitivities as they have here. I would say, right?
That's
So,
true. Yeah.
right. So some of the things, like your message in your videos. I know, sometimes you imitating your grandmother or like you kind of reminiscing on stuff that you remember. Was there any time that you kind of made a video just because you thought was like, yo, this is something that Granny would see, or like this person would see, and you just kind of make it up? And how do you go through the whole process of preparing your skits on them?
Okay, so most of the videos are examples or experiences that I've had or someone else had, and then just a little addition to it. So just a little exaggeration towards it. So it's not everything that I do was actually a live or a real experience, but it was something, like I think that she would say, or whoever it was, So most of the stuff is like exaggerated, and it's not all of it is not real life experiences. I just make up some of this stuff too, and I just think of the person, I put myself in their shoe, and I just say what I think they would say or do, that type of stuff.
Okay. So you did mention that a lot of the inspiration for especially your character, Ma Buttercup, comes from your grandmother and her friends at the time. But now that you're in it, is there any comedian, male or female, that you kind of use as your inspiration in like crafting? Not you can do it, but like anybody that you model your craft, or you try to steal some of their styles, not their words, but like how they bring across their jokes and stuff like that. Is there anybody that
If I
inspires
steal
you?
somebody thing, you really think I'm gonna come and tell you? If I was stealing somebody thing? Really?
No.
But
what I mean is like for example, there are some comedians who have been caught telling jokes of other comedians. So I know that you're not doing that, but just the style and the way you deliver your stuff. And is there any comedian that?
The only thing I would say I not steal, but I admired and I wish I could have done it and I did it, was do the like two characters in one screen. Well, not one screen, but like the back and forth between,
right.
and it's the same. I used to wonder, like, how the hell am I doing that kind of thing there? And it was Bella Fletcher, I can't remember her name. She stopped doing videos now. She's a singer. She's a Jamaican. That was the first person I see doing that. Bella Air or something like that. If anybody know who I'm talking about, send the name correct. Or she's on YouTube. And then I started seeing Major Hype's videos. And it was the only thing I wish I could have done was, like I said, the two characters in one. And something else is the accents, but I just don't touch that because I don't want to offend nobody. I can do Jamaican, I can do St. Martin, I can do Dominica, I can do American, I can do Trini. I just refuse to kind of do it because I don't want nobody to come and tell me, hey, it's not so. We song the nothing kind of thing. So where I strong, is there I stay in.
You'll just answer them back with the My Buttercup accent now.
Well, that I just use my Buttercup to send a little sometimes.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so yeah, that, and in terms of inspiration, self, is not much. Oh, and what's that lady name? African. I love African comedy. From at home we always used to watch Mr. Ibu, them kind of
Mr. Ibu.
Yeah, their music, wash and wear, gabadin, sneakers to match. That was like a phrase. That was like a phrase at our home. Anytime we dress up nice, my auntie and them, anybody, gabadin, why, gabadin, sneakers to match. So it was like a household kind of thing. So those videos I think inspired me a little bit too, and some some Jamaican movies. Yo, say what you want, but Bashman Granny and them videos there, they was really funny, and we like everybody at home used to watch them and stuff, and I just used to admire, like how they could be on stage and doing that whole show and everybody laughing, and like I really used to enjoy that. So I would say those kind of things inspire a little, but in terms of like my craft or my content, I have never stolen anything from anybody.
And you said earlier that you were I don't want to use the word introvert, but you kind of keep to yourself a lot. And you think that, I mean, with you being in the comedic stratosphere, I guess I could say, you think a lot of comedians are very similar to that, like quiet people who kind of just sit back and observe, or have you met more people who are kind of loud and boisterous and still kind of able to put forward the material?
Well, I would say a lot of us put on a poker face. A lot of artists, a lot of people put on this, their alter ego when they are either in public or on stage or in character or whatever. A lot of people are very, not who they appear to be on social media. Mm-hmm. So have I met some people like that? I wouldn't know, because I met you in your element. Exactly. Right. So meeting you in the background, I don't know how you are really. There are maybe some people that I know, not comedy, but other stuff, and they would seem, they are what they are, but behind that they are, different and nice. Like, not saying that they're a bad person, but like behind, they just a little. It is not what you expected. Different, like, right. Yeah, because like when I had the island tour last year, like this chick that was on the island tour, she walked up to me while we was at Emerald Pool. Like, I never forget that, and she was like, "You're a nice person. I thought you was arrogant and this and that and that." But you're a cool person. And I was like, whoa, thank you. But yeah, it's once you get to know me, I have my character and everybody and things just make people think like this is just a bad person or not bad person, but like I rude or I bold or I this or that. I am very down to earth, easygoing to an extent. Like I realizing certain things about me now that why they always call me to share the food or me to go and do this or me to handle the money. Now I realizing is because I am not one for really like for the bullshit. Like I am more straightforward at that time for like them like a child ways and them kind of things. So I think I probably had a mature thing about me from since I was younger. Now I see it. Like I really don't have patience for you see like small talk and them kind of things there. At that time for that, you will hardly get me on my phone, WhatsApp and FaceTime and all them kind of things there. Like I'm not really up for all that.
Not really a thing. Not really a vibes.
Nah.
So it's kind of interesting that you brought that up, because I always find myself asking the troublesome questions on here. But so it's something that I've seen. I've seen it a few times under some of your videos, and I've seen some people made some homophobic remarks under some of your videos because you are a dude playing the role of a woman. And some people just see things one way, and some people refuse to see things for even what they really are. So I'm not going to ask you if it has happened, because I've seen it under your videos, but how do you react to people who just seem to look at things that way and just want to label you just because you're acting out the part of a woman? How do you deal with that, and what do you say to these people?
Well, at first, I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it really used to bother me. Like, I just wanted to tell you how your mother this and how your mother that. But I remember talking to my mother, and I was like telling my mother, "Mommy, I don't think I really want to do them videos here because me already. I do a time. One, I will kiss you. I will say this. I will blah blah blah. And then two, I don't really like people to like trouble me because I don't trouble people." And she was like, "Boy, just do your thing. You're doing your thing. You're enjoying it. Don't worry, people. People will always talk. People will always say what they have to say. If you're enjoying what you're doing, just continue doing it." And that is simply it. I'm not gonna say it happened. I got to the point where you can say what you want. I'm not saying that I wouldn't answer you or not answer you. Sometimes if I have time, I'll answer you. But majority of the times, or not even answer you. I'll block you, delete what you think, and block you, and finish that and move on. But it didn't happen just like that. You know, it had to take me a while to realize that, hey, you're putting yourself out there. You're really dressing up like a woman, doing videos and stuff like that. There's people who, you know, try to embarrass me. People who try to think, but then at the end of it, I have a thing in me. When you try to embarrass me, or when you try to make me feel bad, or when you try to, you know, lower myself, I just look at it as I not above nobody, but you see something that you wish you could do, you can't do it, you vex about yourself, you're mad at your own self.
Okay.
And you just want to pass your fucking you just want to pass your rage or your bad work, mal travail self on me.
Yep.
That used to motivate me now to do more. I am somebody, if you tell me I cannot do it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to put it in your face, and I'm going to do more. So I want to say publicly, thank you to everybody who used to put their little comments, send me in group chats, send my thing in group chat and talk about me. Hey, Jamal shaving his legs, man. No, I don't shave my legs. I just good skin, girl. And all them kind of things and whatever. Yes, I see it. I see it. I go in person group chat and I see it. Anyway.
Somebody send a screenshot for you, man.
No, I go in person phone. But
when you think about them thing though, like anything that you do, right? I always feel that the positive comments are good. You know, it's good to get positive comments, but the growth come from the hard criticism, right? The hard truth that sometimes it's not what we want to hear, but like you say, right? You're using that negative, you know, comments or the negative energy as something that gives you extra motivation to even do it more and to do it better.
Yeah. And then the thing about it too is, like, I sat down one time and I said, but wait a while, Jamal. You have maybe, especially in a life, you maybe have 1,000 comments, and 900 of the comments is positive comments, and 100 is negative. Why you studying the 100 that negative, and you're not really studying the 100 that positive? Like, I would see the comments, I would comment back, you know, if it's something that was an open-ended, you know, like something I will reply, or I would just like, laugh, that kind of thing. But then when the bad one come, I take my time and sit down there. No, I have to take my time, because when you see I see a bad comment or something, so I have to put the phone down, I have to sit down, I have to think, I have to say, boy, Mr. Mamza really tried me, man. They really want to, then watch it again. And then, you know, all that taking time, all that is a waste of my time. All that is a waste of your time.
Right.
But it is, you are human at the end of the day. I don't care what nobody say. You will always see them kind of things there. It's just up to you to either use it to fuel you or to drain you. That's how I see it. So eventually I chose to make it fuel me. And I just like, mother effer, you seeing me. You seeing what I'm doing. What the hell you doing? I don't know you. You know me though. So that is it.
Yep. Yeah, and the reason why I asked that is because back in the day, we didn't know who Tyler Perry was, but we damn sure knew who Madea was. Right? And right now, Tyler Perry has one of, if not the largest, movie production studios in the United States.
In Atlanta,
Right. He went ahead and retired Madea. And right now, when I look at BET, like I always say, like I'm going to look at the Tyler Perry network, because almost every show on BET
is Tyler
Perry.
But he bought into it, you know.
Right. So that's why I asked that, because that's a good comeback to give somebody who thinks that way.
Yeah. You know? And it's just you to stay strong and just do what you have to do and focus on, you know, where you want to go. That's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's, well, like I say, it's good that you took the negative energy and turn it into a positive, man. Because sometimes we like to look at the glass a little half empty, and it's good for us to look at the glass sometimes half full, you know?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so,
and
Go ahead.
I don't think I should continue on that. You can go ahead.
So in terms of comedy, right? So you think this is something that you could make a career out of? Like, do you believe in it to that extent?
Honestly, before I didn't, because like I keep saying, I started it off as just one funny video on a boring summer afternoon, and then the first person who asked me to do like a commercial for them was Cora Lee, from St. Joe, residing in New Jersey, and she had a Cora's Poultry chicken, selling rotisserie chicken and stuff. And I was in college, and after I did couple 1-2 videos of imitating my grandmother and this and that. She said, "Hey, I have this and blah blah blah. I want to, you to make an ad for me." Boy, when I tell you, my caca boy, because I do not like to feel pressured. I do not like to feel like I have to be obligated to do something, like then it taken away from my natural thing. Like, like I don't know, it just take away from the content, my creativity. So I didn't really want to do it. But then when I see that $300 drop in my account as a college student, and I see 300 US, not even you easy drop in my account, I say, money. Well, something can make from that. And I wouldn't lie, I kind of lag on it a little bit. But every time I see, like I try to go away from Jingle Jam and my Buttercup, it's not even me that is bring it back. It's people in terms of they asking me to do a video or asking for the content or something like that. So if it can turn into a career, I think I have no choice but to make something out of it, really and truly. Sorry. At the beginning, I didn't want to, but now I feel like, even with all this stuff going on, who get laid off, that and that and that, I still could get a little something from this. And it's me, I sleep on myself, I'm not gonna lie. I sleep on myself because there's so much more that I could do. I know myself, and there's so much more I could make, but time.
In everything in time.
Everything is in time, but you don't have to wait there sometimes to say it's in time. You have to kind of just get up and do it too.
And do it. Yeah, man.
Not tomorrow, no.
So we have a little quick fire for you there right now. We're gonna ask you some questions, and we want you to give us one of the answers. And then we're gonna come back to the answer and why you give us the answer. So let's do it like that. So first question: caught fish or smoke herring?
Caught fish.
Okay. Dominica or St. Martin?
Dominica.
It's gonna be an interesting one. You talk about Jamaican movies. Shotters or Third World Cup?
Shotters, I don't know Third World Cup. Shit.
What?
Okay, I maybe know it, but I don't know the name. I don't know the name.
Okay, you never hear Walk and Live.
Talk and Bomber Club Die?
Yeah, but they talking about.
Okay, well then, yes, I know it.
Okay, I have one for you.
So which one now? Shotters or
Shotters?
Shotters still?
That's the one I can remember. Yes, Shotters still.
Okay, Madia, Big Mama.
Madia.
Okay, I have one for you now. Posse.
Posse, where you going?
No other options.
No other options.
You check it no matter what it is.
Give them the little shine. Who else you gonna call there? Who's the next
one you gonna call
against Posse? Let's go. Let's
Point Michelle, you say you go school. Point Michelle, you say you go school, eh? So that's why I have to call.
Doing behave yourself.
Don't worry. Send my Buttercup behind him.
But Posse, big up on Michelle though. That is, the foundation, sort of. So big up on my lap with people.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So let's go back to it real quick. So you said caught fish. Why caught fish over smoke herring, man?
Smoke herring does smell too much when you're preparing it. Caught fish, you can do more with caught fish. Smoke herring, I love smoke herring. Don't get me wrong. Smoke herring more expensive, I think. Or caught fish, which one? Caught fish more expensive. Well, anyway, caught fish.
I don't know. Both of them expensive.
As if it's caught fish, really that more expensive.
Yeah, cod fish is $15.95 they used to sell it by Ting. I know because my grandmother used to send me every blood clot day and buy cod fish because she had a little bag. So I know. Yeah.
And Dominic or SM, but I mean you didn't leave SM for that long, so I guess that was an easy one.
Up until 11, but I would say too, if it wasn't for Dominica, then it wouldn't be like I wouldn't be here in America right now. I don't think so. So yeah.
And you say Shotters. So what is your favorite? Give me your favorite part of Shotters.
My favorite part of Shotters is when I came to Grambling and all them man used to refer to us Caribbean man as them top shotters. So they used to think it's cutlass and thing we're fighting with, so they used to mess with us. So that's my favorite part about it. Yeah.
All right. And Hadley, I ask you one.
Why Madia not Big Mama though? Big Mama was tight.
No, Big Mama, no. Big Mama, I mess with, I F with Big Mama, man. But the why I say Madia is because Madia has been consistent with the videos.
Okay.
And in terms of, variety and just giving us what we need. That's Madia. And all kind of just a variety, man. Big Mama was cool. Big Mama 1 and 2. Trust me, I maybe watched that how many times, but at the same time, Madia was more convincing.
Okay.
So who's your favorite comedian though? I don't think we asked you that.
No, you haven't. My favorite comedian. If I tell you, I cannot remember Mamzel's name. You would lie. You tell me I lie. But
an American?
No, African. But I say African because I can't remember which exactly one she's from. Because I know my African friends, they tell me to call them African. Call them Nigerian. This one. Is the little vodka I drink there, that have me a little astonished. Shit. It's been a minute since I think because I'm a person, not easy for me to laugh. Easy for me to eat.
Is it no.
It's on my YouTube page.
Get it.
See. I have to sign. I miss her name holding me on the spot like that.
We have time.
No. I can't get the name. I just need to think.
And the name you were trying to remember earlier was Bella Blair.
Bella Blair. Yes.
That was the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of the people put it in the chat.
Thank you. So they know what I'm talking about. But Bella Blair, don't mess with Kansime. Yes, that is her name. Because it had because it had that don't mess with Kansime. That's how I say it. So in the chat too, correct me or you know who I'm talking about. And Kansime, she's a African comedian and she is the one I look up to. I can't say that because I couldn't remember her name. But I've watched more of her videos than anybody else. So I think like that is it. But in terms of that, my biggest comedian would be my grandmother. I tell you straight. That's the funniest person I ever meet in my life. That's the person that could make me cry, laugh and cry. And make my belly hit me, that kind of thing there.
Well, you just do the Bajan accent there, man. That's the funniest person I meet in my life.
Oh no,
he's on bread.
Well, I don't know now because even when I was in Dominica, that man used to think I was from West Mary, but because I don't know if it's still the SM accent that's try to fight it way in, or I don't know. So
okay, so since you said that before you didn't see this as a career, but now you've seen how far this can bring you. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years in the comedy entertainment business or whatnot? What do you want to be? Where do you see yourself?
A producer and a director. I often wish that you see how I would do these multi-characters? I wish I could just use people instead. Like real people and just put them in that and shoot it myself and direct it and produce it because I have, I don't know. It's just like a lot of stories in my head and creative thing. Now I stopped smoke weed. So some of them kind of
Some of them they go in.
Some of them go.
It's not packed. You know, when you pull a joint and you pull up the ideal, but you just get inspiration like, whoa.
So you might have
to
to go
those
back.
smokers.
You might have to go back then and smoke.
No, I trying to I trying to prove to myself that it is not weed that have gotten me where I am in terms of, you know, my creative content and whatever. It is just there. It inside of you self. So yeah, but I would like to produce live stage plays and short, you know, movies and stuff like that, because I just know I have a lot of stories to tell.
But tell me if I'm wrong though. I mean, from my experience, I think you were one of the first people in Dominica I could see playing those short skits and doing those short skits and that kind of stuff. But now I'm seeing it a lot more often. So do you think about it and be like, yo, I thought of doing it and I actually released it, and a lot of people actually got the courage to kind of put their content out there. You know, what do you think about that? Because sometimes I watch in videos, I'm like, boy, I would love, like you just said, to have like a Dominican sitcom kind of thing. Boy, that would just be too hilarious. So what do you think about that?
What I think about what, like the people who doing the videos now, or the sitcom?
Like
the people.
No, both.
The people who doing videos now, I don't know if they actually like watch my stuff and then get the inspiration from there, because there's so much stuff happening around the world. You could get your inspiration from probably looking at a different island or something. So because my own came from looking at other countries, everybody have something, and Dominica just don't have nobody like, you know, on social media like that present, that kind of stuff. Not saying that the whole Caribbean, you know, follow me and that type of stuff, but at the same time, that was one of the reasons too. So for the people doing it now, I don't know if it's from me, but whatever, if it's not, even if it is, props to you, continue. We just have to big up Dominica, remember to represent your country, and let people know where you come from, and just do the damn thing. In terms of the sitcom,
yeah.
Yes, I would love to see that, because we as Dominicans are so funny, man. And I don't think that the rest of the Caribbean, much as for the world, know about it. They just know about Jamaica. They just know somewhat about Trinity, and them kind of thing. But everything is Jamaica, and this and that, you know. So because Americans can identify a Jamaican accent. If they hear Dominican talk, they don't know where you're from.
Yes, if you're from Jamaica too.
Yes. And they just know, oh, he has a sexy accent, or say that again. They want to hear you talk or something like that, but they don't know what accent it is. So I would really like to. I would love to do that. I would love to be a part of it, and to let you know the rest of the Caribbean. And because even if we part of the Caribbean, there's a lot of Caribbean countries that don't even know what we sound like or who we are. Some of them would even mistake us for the Dominican Republic too, so they think it's just Americans. But slowly but surely, I think we get in there, especially with the music and the content creators following it.
Okay. So, you know, we went through your biography, and one thing that stood out was the many places that you've performed. And you performed at the World Curve Music Festival, and for some people, we might say, oh, that's back home. But I've performed there a few times, and it's a big stage.
Bro, that was the biggest highlight of all my performances.
Right. It's a big stage. Even if it is home, it is a big stage to be there, and, you know, people expecting you to bring your A game. So what was that experience like, being on the biggest stage of your homeland and everybody else looking up to you and waiting for that punchline, you know, to laugh, or, you know, how was that like?
It was an out of body experience. I'll tell you that, because I wasn't in my body. Because if I had to be in my body, I would fall down. So I tell you straight, I don't know what it was. Maybe because my sister was there with me. Like I'm a homebody kind of person, like attached to family and then kind of things that way. So maybe because my sister was like there with me like all throughout, I was relatively calm, bro, and it was surprising. Like I don't know how I kind of do that because one, not calling myself a king, boy, we are all kings.
You're all kings, man.
A king is never
claim it,
honored.
Bro.
Yeah, that's why I just said. I don't even know why I was talking about that. A king is never honored in his home. That's how the saying going, right? So, and I know that for a fact because if it wasn't for St. Martin and other countries acknowledging some of my videos, not saying that Dominicans wasn't supporting me from day one, because I can call their names. I know who was there supporting me from day one, but majority of people do not support you unless somebody else supports you.
Until you start kicking on, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this other people start, because I might be wrong, but look at Mel, who is Navy now. And I would say from day one, I know I supported Mel. That was like a second Rihanna to me. That's what I used to say in terms of a voice. But I feel like if it wasn't for the French countries, not saying that she didn't have it, but Dominicans didn't start to, in my eyes, Dominicans didn't start to support 100% until they see them French, France, and everybody, have Mel on a level which she deserved to be on. So, being back home performing, it was a little nerve-wracking, but like I say, I wasn't in my body. I was calm though, and I was just happy to, be recognized like that. If they ask me to come and do that, it's something you obviously have, or people actually, like you, despite of the negative, and just go and be yourself as my buttercup. Like, like what you do on Facebook, what you've been doing in New Jersey, New York, all in places there. Go and even be better. Just do your thing and just pretend like you're in your room, like how I am right now, with the camera, the tripod, and nobody else. So that was it.
So the question we keep getting from a lot of the people watching the live is, where is my buttercup?
Okay, so my buttercup have a little situation happening right now. I am not the one to really put family business outside because they teach me to what happens in here stays in here, and if you cannot something go back. You never had that thing on all your wall, or your parents never. When you come here, what you see here, let it stay here, don't come back here. So that is what they teach me all my life. So no, I don't really want to put the cats out of the bag, but my buttercup going for a little problem. But this week, Friday or Saturday, or you will see why my buttercup was quiet. So tune into Jingle Jam.
All right.
There is something we have to look forward to now.
So the news breaking on Talk the Ting right now. Check out my buttercup this weekend.
On Jingle Jam ENT,
on
Facebook
Jingle Jam
page.
Entertainment.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So my buttercup will come and approach the nation.
You heard it here first.
So where do you see yourself in the next, let's say, 2 to 5 years, man? Where do you see yourself?
2 to 5 years if Trump deport me.
No, you don't go nowhere. You don't go nowhere. Relax.
I see myself, honestly, taking advantage of the blessings that has been given to me and stop wasting time and just creating more, putting out more content, and hopefully being able to do stage plays around the place. But it's just that I need other people to do it with. Although we would have had something already with some of Dominica's, the people that, the commercial. Utama di Ulaski family no Adita Kyla Robertson.
Yeah.
Roma. Right. These people, the actors, so something was in the making, but Corona messed up everything. Because we did have that going on with Alex Bruno. But besides that, me personally, I would like to see myself doing the same thing.
Oh, all right.
Hey.
All right, so that's good, man. You guys have heard it here from Jamal, Jingle Jam, Burnette.
Oh, we done? That's it?
Nah, man, we're not done. You know, if you want to keep going, you can keep going for another 2 hours.
I just joking. I getting cut him off now. My mouth dry.
So you know what I want, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to play out one of your, or what do you think was one of your funniest skits? It could be 2 lines, 3 lines, something that you know that the people looking right now, when you say it, they're just going to go crazy. Can you play that out? Whether it's a My Buttercup character or...
Boss, my mother in the comments here, and all she keep talking about is Shakwanda.
Yeah, play out one of those characters for us, man.
Okay. Stupid Mom that says that my house there, no, it's not Stupid Mom that says. Satan is a liar. It's not Stupid Mom that says there, no. Shakwanda. What? Shakwanda. Yeah, that's it.
Some people say Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, aka number 1 cobos. Ask your man about me, but gee, I retired that character there. I retired that character there was too much. I know I retired that character there a long time.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Boy.
Hey, as you say about these tubes there, I remember in that I checked back. I couldn't tubes in your grandmother house. You crazy?
Boy, you
crazy. You still cannot do it. You still cannot do it now.
Let me tell you something. It don't have no more than ASS. That bad, that more worse than a Stoops. I gotta say no because my mouth have contraction, but I guess what?
Hey.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, man. But yo, we definitely enjoyed the conversation, man. And I think that, you know, everybody who tuned in enjoyed it. They enjoyed it, especially that last part there with you, you know, giving the little reenactments. And I'm sure everybody's looking forward to that breaking news on Talk the Ting. For this
Friday,
weekend,
we are ping-pilling.
We having new content from My Buttercup out. So, yeah, man. So
and you heard it here first.
Yeah, man.
Right.
So with that said, you know, Jamal, tell the people about you, man, and tell the people where they can find your material. Tell them where they can, you know, view your stuff and follow you and, you know, all that good stuff.
Okay, so you can follow me on all platforms. Just search for Jingle Jam ENT, so it stands for Jingle Jam Entertainment. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, which I think is done now, but I will be working on that shortly. And also, you can email me if you have any bookings or anything you want, probably promotions or stuff like that, at jinglejambookings@gmail.com. So Jingle Jam ENT, that's all you have to search for. You'll find me on all platforms.
All right, man. So thanks for coming on. We thanks everybody for tuning in tonight on another episode of Talk the Ting. Next week, we'll be having on a new guest, and that guest will be none other than Mr. Michael Lees. We will be talking about his new movie that just came out. Very interesting. I actually watched the movie. I enjoyed it a lot. So we will be talking about that and his journey, and that kind of intertwines with Jamal saying what he kind of wants to pursue with the directing and producing and that stuff. So next week, we'll be having Mr. Michael Lees on 8 o'clock Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Let me clarify that for the people living in the Houston area and these places. All right. So thank you for tuning in, and see you guys next week.
Hey, Talk the Things. Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us.